Greetings, this is Wanda. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wanted to do this video and I wanted to chat with you about um, not allowing your age to limit your ability to pursue your vision, to pursue your dream, to fulfill your purpose. Yes, some of us feel like, which I know I felt, when you turn like 40, 30s, 40s, you start feeling like, I am not where I want to be. I am not where I thought I would be at this time. So, where do I go from here? Even when you get in your 50s, sometimes you have had kids, you have been married and divorced, or you're still married and you're single, never married, don't have any kids, and you're trying to figure out at 50 what what am I going to do here? Like what I mean, am I going to just work the rest of my years out, or am I going to actually have the courage to step out and pursue my dreams? What am I going to do here? What am I going to do here? And I was actually at that point when I left America back in 2020. I moved to Africa, Tanzania, Africa. I was at that point. I was just like, yeah, it's time to walk in my purpose. It's time for me to step out on faith and trust the Father to lead me, to guide me, to bless me in pursuing my desires and my dreams. Because my desire was to leave America and move to Africa somewhere on the continent. And that's another story. And I got a spiritual awakening or spiritual download to leave America because I knew, and it was revealed to me that things would get really bad in America and it would not be an ideal place to live. So I started off early trying to move and find another home outside of America. And so I have been living in Tanzania, Africa for 5 years this year, and all is well. I did create a business, a company, and I do consultations, tourism, teaching, all of that. So all of that in is some of the services that I provide under my company. Um, I mainly do business online, but I have a brick and mortar business here in the country to where I provide other services. Here, I have partners that that we work we work together. We're partnering in the business. Um, they My partners, they actually have their own lives. They have their own businesses. They have their own things going on. So I usually manage everything, but if I need assistance with anything, I will call them and they are there for me. As a foreigner, you do need a local in that country to speak for you, to advise you, and things like that. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, this video is just wanted to encourage those who are um, in the middle um, age bracket, and maybe because a lot of people are losing their jobs. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe you are in a crossword road in your life and you're trying to figure out what can I do. Um, what I would recommend is wherever you are, start planning to be independent financially. I mean, when I say like create some kind of business, whether it's online, whatever you can do to set up something where you have income instead of always depending on companies to work for businesses and companies. And I want to work for this company. I want to go back to school for this because, the financial aid is being cut. A lot of the programs are being cut that people could benefit from trying to, go back to school and maybe learn another trade. You can't get financial assistance like you used to because a lot of the federal aid programs are going away. So you need to work with what you have and where you are. You may have to downsize your life, your lifestyle. You might have to move from a 6 bedroom house to a 3 bedroom house. You might have to move from a 3 bedroom house to a 1 bedroom house or apartment. Whatever you need to do to downsize your life so you can save your money, you can invest in things that will help you in the future because the way jobs are going, companies are closing, shutting down, laying off. You need to start trying to think more like an entrepreneur, whether it's, investing in another country outside of America. Um, you want to leave and go somewhere else where the value of the dollar is still pretty strong. Like here in Tanzania, the value of the US dollar is still pretty strong for now. So I'm trying to set some things up for myself, to have some things here. So when the dollar falls, I'll have my stuff all set up already. So you should be working on trying to do things like that to where you can buy things that you can hold on to, whether it's land or investments. I wouldn't recommend these houses and cars in America because they can take all that away. They can change the laws and they can, repossess your car, your house, all that. So I'm recommending that you consider investing outside of America. Of course, I am encouraging you to invest and come back to Africa somewhere because there are 54 countries on the continent. But if you um, want to stay in America, you have to set yourself up to where you don't have to depend on these governmental programs, any of these federal assistance. You need to be able to manage on your own 2 feet with the finances that you have, with your abilities that you were blessed with, to utilize those to be a more productive uh, person in society, to be more when I say, well, productive individually for yourself, for you and your family. Because if the company you work for shuts down, they lay off, then what? You have to have something to fall back on. You have to have your own business, your own land, something. You have to invest in something. And so, yeah, my goal is to encourage brothers and sisters, if they're interested, if they have the resources, to at least visit Africa and take a chance on seeing how the life is. It is a lot less expensive to live in a developing country versus in any of the European countries, um, so-called developed countries, because it's crazy because the developed countries are going down to um, the countries that are developed are going down to almost third world countries, and the so-called third world countries or developing countries are coming up to that top level. So it's like a switch, a swap or a switch that's going on right now. So if you don't see it, then I don't understand why you don't. What you just pay attention. It is definitely happening. So I do recommend that you start making plans, visit different countries. There you can Google what countries African Americans are going to, and I'm specifically talking to my people, the African descendants dispersed throughout the four corners of the earth. Um, if you're outside of Africa and you want to leave these Western countries, it's best to come back to a country where, like I said, the value of your money is still strong. You have the pound, you have the US dollar or whatever. Come back to Africa somewhere because you can manage in these different countries. Yes, you have to deal with the immigration law, so just make sure you research. Go online and find out what the requirements are for the visa and the residency permit, citizenship, whatever you plan on doing. I have been recommending people, and this information can help you, and it doesn't matter which African country or which country you decide to repatriate or relocate to. It's always good to try to create some type of business unless you're retired. Now, if you're retirement age and you receive a retirement monies, then you can go ahead and get a retirement permit or in whatever country you decide to go to, and you live your retirement life. But if you're younger than that and you're not retired yet, and you want to move outside of America, I would recommend that you uh, plan to create some type of way to sustain yourself, because when the value of the dollar goes down, and it's no longer as valuable, you're going to need to find a way to survive. You're going to need to have currency, a local currency, in whatever country that you choose to move to. So whether it's Panama, it's Mexico, it's Africa, it's, you know, Thailand, Vietnam, wherever you plan on going, you need to find a way to bring in that local currency, that money. So, and the best way to do that is through creating a company or a business, especially as a so-called foreigner and you're leaving your where you're from and you come into another developing country. You want to contribute to the economy. You want to build up that economy. You don't want to be a parasite or like leeching or draining the little bit of resources that that country does have. You want to be an addition. You want to bring value, add value to that country, whichever country you decide that you want to relocate to or um, immigrate to or repatriate to. So take time to visit, maybe, and think about it. Sometimes it's hard for you to see yourself living outside of America when you have never left the country and when America is all you know. America was all I knew before I left everything behind and moved to Africa. Yes, it was a little bit scary, but not really because I had the download a while ago. I got the download to leave back in 2017. And so, which was a spiritual uh, download, and to leave in 2017. And I actually left in 2020. So I had time to get everything in order, my mind, finances, to get my life together. I had time, but now is the time. Now is the time for you to start trying to plan. If you plan on leaving America, start making plans to try to downsize your finances, pay certain bills off. Don't add any more credit to your debts, like getting new houses and cars and all that stuff, because the economy is not doing well. And then with these jobs laying off, companies shutting down, you need to have at least your own business or company or something where you can generate income, whether it's online, doing YouTube or selling electronic products or whatever, to having your own brick and mortar company store, selling things in wherever you live. So just work on those things. Try to get your heart and mind prepared for the worst, because things are not going to get better in these Western countries. In the European countries, it's going to get worse because it is time right now that the tides are shifting, things are changing. So the last shall be first and the first shall be last. So when you think about that, it's always like the Africans or the black people were at the lowest, at the bottom, last. But now the time is shifting to where the last, they're going to be first, and then that first are going to be last. So you're going to see a lot of Europeans struggling. They're going to be going through a lot that they're not used to going through because the tide is turning. Um, some people will say that it's karma or whatever, that you reap what you sow. What you do, reap what you sow, because the biblical scriptures say that. So just things are turning, and people who never struggle are going to start struggling. Um, Black people that have been in that situation where we struggled all our lives, our ancestors, we fought for it, we're going to be all right because we've always been in situations where we've been at the bottom and we had to work our way up. So it won't, yeah, well, we won't fall apart if we go broke, we can't do this, we won't. Yeah, it's just another challenge that we've been dealing with all throughout our lives, but other nations have not experienced this, so it's going to be difficult for them, especially in America. So prepare your heart and mind for what is to come. It's not going to get better. It's never going to be like 2019 again. That's done. It's going downhill. America is going down here from here, and actually all the European countries. So um, find you a country, find you a country that you can go to where the value of your money is still good, and you can live off of a minimum amount. Um, yeah, if you can find a rent, you know, to live for like $100 a month, $200, 300, for even $500 a month, $600. That's still good compared to America. So make your plans. Go ahead and start thinking about it. Maybe you want to visit. Maybe you want to connect with brothers and sisters who are in these different countries, that you can connect with them, maybe meet up, come visit. They can give you some pointers. Many of us charge consultation fees for information. Now, for me, general information, I usually provide that for free. You can go through out my YouTube channel, which is called Diaspora Connect Tanzania. You'll find all the information about, general information about me being here, doing business, how to function and manage, and all kind of things. But specific information for you, I do charge a consultation fee. It's a fee. So but yeah, other than that, reach out to your brothers and sisters on the continent, and be careful not to pay for your consultation fee for information, but don't pay. I would recommend you pay for anything else in terms of rentals, in terms of land and all that. You need to really come here, boots on the ground, especially when you are wanting to come to Africa. You have to come to visit because you need to see where your comfort level is. You need to visit places to see, yes, I can deal with this. No, I can't deal with that. Oh, this is an unpaved road, or this is dirt roads, or this water is, they don't have hot water, or just different things that you could experience in some of these rentals. You have to come here and you have to check yourself. Don't trust someone else to check a place where you have to live. You need to come, you need to visit, you need to see if there's a bug problem, there's a roach problem, there's an insect problem. I mean, you need to come and see for yourself. Don't trust somebody else to do that for you, because they're not going to be as thorough as you are with looking for an apartment or a house, etc. So just some words of advice for those who are interested. If you're interested in visiting, relocating, or doing business in Tanzania, hit me up at diasporaconnect0@gmail.com. Diasporaconnect0@gmail.com. And I do relocation and business consultations. And I created a company here, so I just walk you through the steps that I had taken to create it. I don't normally give prices or quotes with amounts, because when I created my business back in 2021, the prices are different now. And so everything has gone up since I first arrived. So I wouldn't quote prices, but I would tell you what the process is. And, I can refer you to my attorney, but only if you pay for consultation will you get this information. So, yeah. So anyway, I wanted to also share with you guys, look what I got today. It's a keychain. See, it says Diaspora Connect on it. That's my logo. See the logo? Yeah. So very, very proud of these. It's just another uh, little items that I am selling um, for those who are wanting to support my business. Yeah, these are just keychains for your key rings for your keys. So I'm selling those. I also have cups. I showed you those, and I also have an online store that I actually linked. If you go to my main page, I put the link there, and you can click on it, and then it'll open my store. So I have like fanny packs, I have like small bags. If you go to the grocery store, it's a kind of a small bag that women can carry. I have a pouch. It's almost like a makeup pouch, the square pouch with my logo on it. All of them have my logo. I have blue t-shirts, white t-shirts. I have long sleeve t-shirts. I have hoodies. I have, what else do I have? Cups. I have blue and white cups with their logo. So I have items that I sell here in Africa, as well as I have items that people throughout the diaspora, if they want to support me and purchase, I have an online store as well. So they'll deliver that to you. But yeah, so I just want to do this video because I haven't done one in a couple of days. I've been here, but I've been trying to think about what I'm going to talk about, what I'm going to share with you guys. So much has been going on, but I wanted to just give that word of advice. Just prepare your heart and mind. Things are not going to get better. Don't just sit there and watch everything fall apart until it comes to you, or don't feel like it won't affect you because it has not touched you right now. It hasn't affected you. Your job, your company is still good. Your job is still, you're still working, but that does not mean that that company won't decide to shut down and lay people off or whatever. So try to plan for your for the future in terms of, getting land, in terms of paying bills off. Don't get any more, stop buying things, cut back on your spending. Um, in terms of spending, like buying a house and cars and all that stuff. Yeah, all that stuff is a waste of money right now because things are getting so tight. So just plan accordingly. And again, if you want to reach out, we have brothers and sisters throughout the diaspora that have moved to the different countries, to Panama, Mexico, uh, Thailand, Vietnam, Africa, all throughout the continent. Uh, 54 countries. So we're somewhere you have at least try to visit places or decide if you want to relocate to places where we already are, where we already are. Um, that'll be a little bit easier as a soft landing for you because we already have people who have paved the way for you and done the hard part about how what we're used to, uh, our phones and our how we're used to certain amenities, right? And if you see a lot of African Americans or Black British or Jamaicans or African descendants from anywhere coming back to certain countries, 9 times out of 10, when you go there, you can segue in a little bit more comfortably because they kind of pave the way for you, especially if you get a consultation and they give you advice and they'll tell you, like I share a lot of information with people, even offline, about just everyday practical living, how to deal with the mosquitoes, where you should go and shouldn't go for this or that, certain things we like to eat, certain rest. Like I'll share all that type of stuff. So a lot of that stuff is not online; it's more face to face. So, and I am open. I am one of those type of one of those YouTubers that I will meet you in person if you come here. So if you come here and you're just visiting and you decide to relocate and you want to meet with me, I usually meet with my brothers and sisters if they come at like a cafe so we can have tea and coffee and maybe a bite to eat, and then we can talk, get to know each other, and then I can share. They can tell me, what they have going on and what they may need, or if they tell me something, I can recommend certain things. So yeah, but anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll do another video in the next couple of days. And I want to say shalom, salam, peace, family. See you guys in the next video.